Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ. Myself Dr. Ravi Agradi, and here we are going to start the target prelims exam 2019 session. And now we reached in the December 2018 current affairs based on science and technology. So this video will not be only useful for the UPSC 2019, even a part of this other state BCS examination, even a part of this for UPSC mains examination. These all videos you keep safe, guys, and it will be very beneficial to you. So let us start. In the beginning, I just inform you. In the beginning, I just inform you the name of chapters, which traditional parts and which contemporary issues are required to cover the whole science and technology. The one is the science and technology in India. The second chapter is energy. Third is the space technology. The fourth one communication information technology. The fifth one is defense technology. The sixth one is superconductivity, laser, artificial intelligence, robotics, nanotechnology. The seventh is the intellectual property rights. Eighth is the astronomy and particle physics. Ninth is the biotechnology. The 10th is the disease, recent issues, health, family welfare, biosimulation program, and the last is the miscellaneous topics. So these are the total 11 chapters based current affair issues. I will explain here. See, if you want to download this PPT, so you can go directly on my Facebook page. Here I share, here I upload the links. Okay, you can go and download here. Okay, and a part of this, you can also follow me on my Instagram profile. So let us start with the first chapter, science and technology in India. See, in the science and technology in India, have a no question in your paper. Means in this month. So let us start with the second unit, that is second energy. What about the topics from the energy base which are important here in this year? You see, guys, in this month, floating solar plant. Even see, guys, renewable energy target those India try to achieve by 2022. Here now have some contribution of floating solar plant those India has planned. So what about the solar plant, the floating solar plant, guys? There was some news here. A 50 megawatt floating solar plant will be set up in the country's largest reservoir, Rihan Dam. Those are in Sonbhadra district, UP. Okay. A part of this, what about the floating solar plant, guys? Solar floating plants are considered as alternative options to take in the land availability issues. You know, when you people install the solar panels, so there was a problem in the plant productivity, because for the solar panel installation you will use the land. Okay, so for a field area which is fertile areas, you cannot use it. So that type of problem will not be faced here. Actually, here those solar panel you will install, guys, that solar panel you will install in a dam, in a lake, in any of the similar water bodies, and this solar panel is a floating type. So there is one benefit. The one side it will generate electricity, and the second side it will also conserve the water those even have losses from the dam and lakes. Okay, what about the solar power plants? If you see, guys, the solar power plants, even these are expensive. Okay, but see, even if you compare the normal solar plant and the floating solar plants, so this one cost is around 30 to 50% more than the ground mounted solar. Okay, and for the floating solar plants, India is dependent on the European countries and Chinese suppliers. It means India is not developing the floating solar plants. Even the largest solar floating plants in this state is a 2 megawatt in Visakhapatnam. Those are set up there, and another is a 500 kilowatt hour plant built by the Kerala State Electricity Board at Banasura Sagar Dam. Okay, so now the next one is the Kaga Power Station 1 creates a world record yet again. Exactly, guys, what type of records? The continuously this reactors was working from maximum number of days without stop, without any disturbances, and now it's that reactors worldwide which have given electricity for maximum duration of time, maximum number of days. So that is the importance here. See, guys, the Karnataka's Kaga. So where is the Kaga reactor? It is in Karnataka. It's once again made the countries proud by creating a world record for the longest uninterrupted operation for 941 days. Excellent, guys. Uninterrupted operation for 941 days. Before it, the 940 days uninterrupted operation performed by United Kingdom. So here the India is what is ahead from this, and India rank 1 where the number of reactors are maximum day operating. Even this KGS-1 at Kaga is located 56 km from Karwar district. It is generating the electricity continuously since 2016. Okay, from 2016. Fine. It is indigenously built, guys, totally indigenous, and here India used PHWR. What is PHWR? Pressurized heavy water reactor by the help of domestic fuel. Those are available in India, that is uranium. You know, this commercial operation of the Kaga has been started from 2000. Okay, year 2000. Now, world's first floating nuclear plant in Russia. It's again very interesting, guys. Within a water bodies, a nuclear plant, a nuclear reactor will set up that will float on the water bodies. Okay, it's interesting. See, academic Lomonosov is the world's first floating nuclear power plant, FNPP, which is coming in the Russia actually. FNPP, as I told you, floating nuclear power plant is basically a mobile nuclear power plant and have a low capacity reactor unit. They not have a much more power generation, but still it is those we can use, okay, and develop. Operable in the remote areas, isolated from the main power distribution system. So every areas, even in any countries, yeah, even here Russia, those have a problem to access the electricity or something else. So this floating nuclear power plants will set up there and they will provide a power supply uninterrupted way. Okay, so not have any disturbances. Yeah, the electricity scarcity can be complete there. So now the next we'll go into the space technology. India's heaviest satellite, that is GSAT-11. So what about India's heaviest satellite GSAT-11? Listen here, it's the maximum weight those India sent, okay, by the help of our own, our own technology. It is the India's heaviest and most advanced satellite GSAT-11 that was recently launched from French Guiana Space Center, Kabru. Okay. GSAT-11 is the ISRO's heaviest satellites, and the interesting is the weight you always remember. Its mass around 5854 kilogram. So this mass I hope you will always remember, 5854 kilogram. I repeat it here, guys. It is launched with the help of Ariane 5. Ariane 5 is the launcher of European Union, okay, and sent from the French Guiana, as you know very well, guys. See, in the beginning it is put into the geosynchronous transfer orbit. Okay, in the beginning it is put into the geosynchronous transfer orbit, and slowly and gradually it will shift toward the geostationary Earth orbit. Geosynchronous transfer and geostationary Earth orbit is also very important question. Okay, I will explain in some of the videos, but if you have listen my pendrive courses or my classroom program offline courses, even if you read my book, so here I explain the comparison between GTO and GEO. Okay, there's some inclinations, angles are here. Even elliptical orbits are here, but in the case of GEO you will get as a circular orbit. Okay, here have a path of the satellite, those who made it there. Okay, so if you people listen my classrooms or read my books, so you can understand very well. So let us see in the some other time, if you'll get a time for the, then in that case I will explain the GTO and GEO. Okay, now GSAT-11, you listen to factual information. ISRO's new family's high throughput communication satellite. It's a very important point that will drive the country's internet broadband services from space to untouched areas. In that way, guys, those areas still not connect with the internet services. Through the help of satellite, it will connect. I hope you people have some ideas. I don't know, yes or no, but here I would like to inform you, even those internet services we can access, 95% internet services we access through the help of cable. Okay, the ocean based cable distribution, that 95%. Only 5% power you will get, guys. Internet services you will get through the help of satellites. So here it is what? It is in the 5% dollar based internet services, okay, in India. This data is in India, guys. 95% in India, the internet services we access through the help of optical fiber, and the 5% people access through the help of satellites. GSAT-11 have a multiple spot beam coverage, 32 event transponders KU band and 8 transponder of KA band installed there. See, transponders are actually a kind of optical device. Okay, overall not optical, electronic device, and this electronic device, those are installed into the satellites, and they have a different frequencies, and with the help of different frequencies these transponders work through satellites. Okay, and this is the reason the purpose of satellite will solve through the help of installation of transponder there. So here is the 32 KU band transponder and 8 KA band transponder will install, which will deliver as an improved service of 16 Gbps internet services in Indian region and nearby its island. Okay, even the satellite will also have a VSAT terminals, which basically will ensure can handle the large capacity platform to support a huge subscriber base. Even see how does it work. Here the main information, it is a multi-spot approach. Okay, multi-spot approach means to maximize its coverage area in Indian mainland and island. It is even far superior than the communication technology those India sent in SAT and GSAT. Okay, the GSAT 11 is a much more better than the earlier sent INSAT and GSAT, those even used for the coverage. Okay. Now we go to the next, that is called GSAT 7A. What about GSAT 7A? See guys, ISRO has launched a military communication satellite GSAT 7A. GSAT 7A was successfully injected into an orbit with the help of GSLV F11. Okay, GSLV F11 is an indigenous launch vehicle. It was launched from Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. What about the GSAT 7A? It has been placed into the geostationary orbit. Okay, and this communication satellite is expected to help Indian Air Force to interlink the different ground radar station, air bases, AWACS system, that is aircrafts. Okay, AWACS aircraft mean those are equipped with the airborne warning and control system. Those India got one of them from Israel, that is Falcon. Falcon was in 2009 UPSC Prelims question. India recently got Falcon. From which place? So which country? So the answer was the Israel in that time of 2009. Okay, so that Falcon is the kind of radar system, very modernized radar system that will also access all the data through the help of the satellites. Even the India is to improve the Indian Air Force network-centric warfare capabilities, definitely with the help of GSAT 7A. And it's an advanced communication satellite with the Gregarian antenna. So Gregarian antenna is much more better and sophisticated antennas that will be very helpful for the Air Force. Okay. It is one of the also heaviest satellites. Okay, but GSAT 11 is the maximum one, you always remember. Launched by geosynchronous satellite launch vehicle with an indigenous developed cryogenic engine. Okay, indigenous developed cryogenic engine. I have a question, guys. In which place India is developing the cryogenic engine? Okay, so in which place, what is the name of a center where India is developing a cryogenic engine? Kindly give me a name. Okay, I hope people have some ideas. India talked to Russia for the cryogenic engine in 1996 because US refused it, and with the help of Russian cryogenic engine, India used the GSLV D1, the first GSLV series, and those India used to send the GSAT-1 satellite in the proper orbit. Okay, so in this GSLV D1, all the GSLV, India used the Russian cryogenic engine. Even India started to use indigenous cryogenic engine from 2014. Okay, but here have one more information. Those GSLV used to send GSAT 7A satellites. Here indigenous cryogenic engine used. My question is, at which center India is developing a indigenous cryogenic engine? GSAT 7A have a Ku band transponder and even 2 deployable solar array on boards. What is a solar array? Solar array is what? It's a combination of solar panels. Okay, see, array means is a kind of decorations. Array means a kind of decoration. Solar array means a group of solar panels installed there. Okay, and they provide the proper information to us. Information is the power energy sources. Actually, within a satellites, what is there? The solar panel installed there. That solar panel receives the sunlights and the battery will charge. And through the help of that batteries, the signals even received to the sent to the earth, guys. Okay, so it's a solar array on board system. Next one, guys, 39th Indian communication satellite. It is equipped with the Ku band, and that will cover the Indian regions. Even GSAT 7 is also expected to be a big push for drone operations, and even it will be very helpful to Navy and reduce the reliance on on-ground control stations, because the GSAT 7A will work a lot and even take a satellite control of military unmanned aerial vehicles. Okay, so unmanned vehicle means drone type of applications. Okay, this GSAT 7A will be very helpful to you. See the next one, guys, it's also being called as a Angry Birds. Okay, it's being dubbed as a Angry Birds. The reason is it is enhance the range of communication and also aid in the aircraft to aircraft communication. Okay, what is the background of GSAT 7 series? GSAT 7 series was launched in 2003 and dedicated for as a communication satellite for Indian Navy. Okay, and it will go around check around us 2000 nautical mile footprints. Great. And see, guys, the area which is being covered from the bordering areas, the coastal areas of India, is 200 nautical miles with the help of GSAT 7 series. It will provide the real-time inputs to Indian warship, even submarines, and the maritime aircrafts. So in that way, guys, you can understand the GSAT 7 will be very helpful for the Navy. Okay, now we go into the XCEED-SAT 1. It's India's first private satellites. See, the XCEED-SAT 1 is what? It's a XCEED Space. Okay, has become the first Indian privately funded startup to successfully send a satellite into the space, but the satellite mass is very less. Okay, it's around 1 kg only. Okay, and the CubeSat was launched into a space by SpaceX with 63 other satellites from 17 countries. Okay, so it is launched by SpaceX, guys. CubeSat was launched by SpaceX, and with this CubeSat, some other 63 satellites of other 17 countries was also launched. Even CubeSat 1 and its application, if you go, guys, its weight is, I just told you, is 1 kilogram, and its size is like a Rubik cube. It's a Rubik cube, and which dimension is a 10, 10 and 10 centimeter. It is totally made up by aluminum alloy, so this mass is very less. It's looked to serve the amateur radio community even in India. Its total lifespan is hardly 5 years, and it will allow the people to receive a signal 145.9 megahertz frequency that will help to set up a television tuner. Even the satellite will provide a big boost to private radio operators, and even a part of this, it will also helpful for the country during the period of disaster. Okay, it's the application of CubeSat 1. Navig powered the gazettes to the Tamil Nadu fisherman. Okay, there is some story behind it. I will explain here right now. See, guys, this Tamil Nadu government, before it does statement, guys, I will tell you, do you know about IRNSS? IRNSS? See, guys, IRNSS, the full name is the Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System. This is one of the regional GPS of India. This is one of the regional GPS of India. It's was highly required during the Kargil war, but during that period of time, IRNSS is not working. It's not installed even in that time. Actually, the total 7 satellites, 7 people have done the constellation to for the work of the IRNSS. Where the 3 is in geostationary Earth orbit and the 4th is in geosynchronous transfer orbit. Total 7 constellation of satellites were working together for IRNSS. See, this IRNSS, the first satellite was launched in 2013 and the last one was 2017, and now all the 7 constellation completed, guys, and it will work for India and a part of India around 1500 km from the bordering areas. It will watch, so China, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, coastal areas, and you can watch with Bangladesh. You can watch very well what type of activities are going on, movement of troops, terrorist activities, and whatever. So in that way you can safe and secure India and the outskirt areas of India. Okay, so actually the IRNSS name has been some modification in 2015 by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. That was Navig. That was Navig. What is the full form of Navig? Navigation, I for Indian, C for constellation. So navigation, Indian constellation. Okay, this is the name of IRNSS. You know, when this 2015, why this in 2015 Modi said that's Navig. The reason is now this is being dedicated for the fishermen of India. So this is the here information, guys. Now it is in 2018 news. The Tamil Nadu government. So what is the background of this? I hope people very clear. Tamil Nadu government has distributed a 200 Navig power satellites enabled communication device. So this is the reason, guys. Those fishermen, due to mistake, they enter into the Pakistan border, okay, in the coastal areas, even Bangladesh border in the coastal areas, even Sri Lanka border in the coastal areas. So they will be safe. Okay, through the help of a device they can access. Okay, this is not Indian region, this is not the open ocean, and this is the reason they will save themselves with the help of this type of device, and those device will work through the help of Navig. Okay, it's a Tamil Nadu fisherman. Even through the help of this device, they can also access about the cyclones and provide the weather updates on the real-time basis, every period of time what is going on. Even receivers which will produce a beep when alerts are received by a device. Okay, so device, a beep will come. Even they are Bluetooth enabled, and alerts received can be read on the Navig app. So for that purpose, you should have a Navig app also. Okay, NASA's Voyager 2 spacecraft. It's a wonderful spacecraft, friends. See, Voyager, he was in the news. The Voyager 2 was in the news, but I will go in that behind of the Voyager 1 and the Voyager 2 both. Even NASA's the Voyager 2 has entered into the interstellar space and leaving behind the solar system. Very simple, guys. First of all, you should be clear what is the interstellar space, and the one more term I will explain here, that is called heliosphere. Heliosphere. You tell me, guys, what are inside the sun? Sun have a nuclear fusion reaction, that is 1H2 is equal to 2He4 plus heat or energy. Okay, this is the equation of nuclear fusion. Those perform into the sun. Within a sun have a different type of nuclear fusion reaction, but I just said, okay, this reaction perform into the sun. Okay, suppose this is the sun. This is the sun. These are the 8 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, these all the 8 planets are there. Okay, 8 planets are there. Up to 8 planets, what is there, have a effect of sun. And sun means effect of helium. Those helium form inside the sun, and that is the reason this zone is called, friends, that is called heliosphere. It's called heliosphere. And after this place, guys, even Kuiper belt and some other Plutos, later on those place is what, when a satellite, any spacecraft will go, this is called outer space. Yeah, you can say this is interstellar space. This is interstellar space. So here the information is the Voyager 2 has entered in this interstellar space right now. Okay, and the Voyager 2 is the only probe ever to study the Neptune and Uranus during planetary flyby. Definitely, guys, when it passed through this, so definitely the Uranus and Neptunes, those are here, guys, they also watch properly. Okay, it is a second man-made object to leave our planets. Okay, before it, another one, those leave our planet, that was a Voyager 1, which is 6 years ahead of it. So the Voyager 1 is what, it's so much far from you. Okay, and around 6 years ahead of you. Okay, but even both to send nearby same time period, around the interval of 1 month roughly. But the Voyager 1 is so much far from the Voyager 2, and which is a 6 year ahead of it. If you want to reach through Voyager 1 to Voyager 2 to Voyager 1, at least 6 year time will take. Okay, Voyager 2 is the only spacecraft to have visited all 4 gas giants, planet, the Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. So not only Uranus and Neptune, all these. But see, I said earlier about the Uranus and Neptune. Why? Because for Uranus and Neptune studies, not even any satellite sent, not even any spacecraft. So for Uranus and Neptune the first time, but it watch all these last 4 gas giant planet like Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptunes. What about the Voyager mission? Okay, overall the Voyager mission was launched in 1970s. Okay, and for the study of explore the outer planets. Outer planet means after our solar system. Okay, Voyager 1 departed on the 5th September 1977, and just a few days later the Voyager 2 sent and left our solar system in 2013. So when Voyager 1 across the solar system, 2013 entered into the interstellar space, and when the Voyager 2 enter in this month, okay, recently. So this is the reason, guys, there was a gap of 6 years, around 5 to 6 years gap. Okay, Voyager interstellar mission. Okay, so Voyager is also being popular with the Voyager interstellar mission, and its objective was also with the name. It will enter into the interstellar space, and definitely, guys, it will somehow connect with the study of outer space. And see, guys, a wonderful question again I will ask you here. Even when this US sent the Voyager mission, in that time Stephen Hawking make this joke on US, that US is getting mad right now. Okay, become mad right now. Okay, it's totally getting mad. The reason is, that was very simple, and I just want to know, guys, why Stephen Hawking make a joke on the Voyager mission. If you have any information, so kindly put in the YouTube messages. I would like to know, guys, do you know this information or not? Neither in some other videos I will explain with you. Okay, Voyager spacecraft, the 3rd and the 4th human spacecraft to fly beyond the planets in our solar system. Before it, the Pioneer 10, Pioneer 11 proceeded. Okay, so Pioneer 10 and the 11 preceded the Voyager in outstripping the gravitational attraction of the Sun, but on February 17, 1998, the Voyager 1 passed Pioneer 10 to become the most distant human-made object in the space this time. Okay, before it, the Voyager 1, the Pioneer 10 was the maximum distance, but right now have a Voyager 1. Now we'll go into the Chains E4 mission. See, Chains A4 mission is very important, very important for your paper. So be alert for this year. See, this is the mission those China have tried. So China will send, guys, to check the far side part of the moon. Okay, China has launched the Chains E4, a first probe ever to explore the dark side of the moon. That's called far side portion of the moon. Okay, it's a very ambitious space program. Chang Feng carried with the help of a Mars 3B rocket, entered the planned orbit to prepare for the first ever soft landing on the far side of moon. Far side means the back side of moon, those phases we never see. Why we never see? The reason is the tidal lock to the earth. Tidal lock is what? It's that condition, guys. Just like we people always say, suppose this is the moon and this is the earth. Okay, as the moon is going to rotate, the moon is going to rotate, the earth is also on the same plane. Means I'm telling you, the earth rotation and moon rotations always at the same axis, where the one phase of the moon always see, not the backside of moon. Okay, so that is the reason, guys, earth only see one phase of the moon, not the backside. And here the condition is actually called tidally locked, because this is difficult to show you through the help of this hand, but the concept you should know, guys. Tidally locked of the earth means here the condition is very similar to that. The moon one phase only our earth see, backside earth never see. Okay, so this is the reason here the condition is we will send it for the study of far side part of moon. Okay, the change 4 is expected to make a first ever the soft landing on far side of the moon. Earlier many countries sent a mission, but they have seen only images and pictures and try to find out about the far side of the moon. But here the planning is to land on the moon. It is a far side of the moon known as a South Pole Aitken Basin. So what is the far side portion of the moon? South Pole Aitken Basin. And see, in that way, guys, the China will show their own supremacy also in the space. The reason on that place is nobody land their own spacecraft, but China has planned. Okay, and in that way the China will show the supremacy over US and USSR. So now the change 4 is the fourth mission. Okay, is the fourth mission in the country's lunar mission series, which is being named after the Chinese moon goddess. Okay, and rest of you know very well what is the benefit is there, guys. Even there is a lot of informations. Okay, the task of Change 4 probe include the low frequency radio astronomical observations, survey the terrain and the landforms, detecting the mineral composition of the moon surface, measuring the neutron radiations, neutral atoms to the study and environment on the far side of moon. All this study will perform. That is the target those try to achieve with the help of Change 4 mission. What will be the significance of this mission, guys? It's really more challenging mission even launched to the word superpower. If China will launch it, so definitely then China will set up some of the examples in the space research work. And see, it's very difficult to do the communication from the far side part of the moon. That is the only problem here. Okay, so in that way have some reflection type of mirrors and something have a use there. Those will try to divert the information towards the earth. Next one is the Badu navigation satellite system. What is the Badu navigation satellite system, friends? Badu navigation satellite system is a GPS system, and it is a China based GPS. Okay, and in the beginning, guys, the first global GPS was American GPS. Okay, American GPS, but here the India has tried, China even developed a Badu navigation satellite system. The Badu navigation satellite system will be the global GPS, and see the position accuracy of Badu will be around 10 meter globally. So it's, you can say as a technical term, as a resolution or clarity will be minimum around 10 meters. Its velocity accuracy 0.2 meter per second. Okay, if object is moving, and another one is timing accuracy stand around 20 nanoseconds. So definitely in the instant period of time of changes on the earth it can watch. See the Badu function even Pakistan will be utilized, that China said, guys. So Pakistan has become the first country to use the Badu system that developed by the China. Even it will be the fourth global satellite navigation system after US GPS, that is Navstar. Later on you should know that is the Russian GPS GLONASS. Navstar full form is navigation, satellite and ranging. GLONASS full form is the global navigation satellite system. And European Union Galileo is also the global GPS. So after these three, the China based Badu will be the fourth one. Do you know, guys, it was also in the news, Badu will become globalized by around 1920, and then the name will shift as a compass. That will name as a compass. So somewhere you can say the compass. So don't be confused. Compass is also a Badu, guys. Okay. Now, what about the Badu satellites? You listen, guys. Badu system started providing the independent services over China in 2000, but it's a regional only. See, there are two levels of GPS. The one is the global and second is the global that cover the whole world. Regional only the certain localized area. So I'm just telling you the Badu as a regional even started to use from 2000 onwards. Okay. But it's being globalized recently. Okay, it full cost, how many constellation of satellite even used there? That is 35 satellites. See, I have again a question, guys. I want to check, guys. To cover the entire global area. Again, I asked to cover the entire global area. In which orbit? In which orbit you will put the satellite? So tell me the name of satellites. In which orbit you put the satellites? Okay. Here the answer. Here the option is the polar sun synchronous. The one is the polar sun synchronous. Okay. The second one is geosynchronous transfer orbit. The third one is the geosynchronous earth orbit, and the fourth option is here, guys, that is an inclined or transitional orbit. Okay, inclined or transitional orbit. So it's again very good question for your paper. You tell me what will be the correct answer and put it into the last. Okay. Badu has the two separate constellation, that is the one group is the Badu 1 group and second is the Badu 2 group. The Badu 1 is the first generation and have a constellation of total 3 satellites. Badu 2 is also known as a compass. It's a second generation system. It became operational in the year 2011. Okay, total 4 global navigation satellite system installed. The one is the Navstar, as I told you guys. US based navigation satellite and ranging. The second global navigation satellite system Russia. Third one is Galileo, European Union. The fourth Badu, that is China. And additionally 2 regional system of GPS even installed. The one is QZSS Japan based and second INSS Navik, that is the India based. But India and Japan based only regional, not to cover the whole world. Okay, now we go into the discussion of communication and information technology based current affair issues. No current affairs. Now we'll go into the defense based current affairs. Here you will get to have some questions like anti-ship proof missile BrahMos. See, BrahMos, even India has done a successful use in 2004, 2006 and integrated in our defense system. Even actually Defense Acquisition Council's meeting chaired by the Defense Minister Nirmala Sitharaman have given approval for the procurement of BrahMos missile for 2 of the vessels to be built in Russia. Okay, so definitely the some of the BrahMos missile India will develop that will inbuilt into the Russian vessels. Okay, those India will access soon. The BrahMos is the fastest cruise missile of its class in the world. BrahMos missile flies almost 3 times the speed of sound, roughly around 2.8 Mach, and at the range of around 290 km distance. So that is the point about the BrahMos. Even BrahMos, as I told you guys, we can launch it from all the 3 platforms: the Army base, Navy base, and Air Force. So all we can use and the launching. Even the missile name, you know, it came with the name of 2 holy river name. The one Russian holy river, that is called Moskova, and second is the Indian holy river, that is called Brahmaputra. You know, guys, all the systems of the BrahMos India developed. Only one part where the Russia helped you, that is called propellant system. And as a propellant is what, that's a fuel plus oxidizer system. Those Russia has given you, and with the help of the system, India access 2.8, 2.9 Mach speed. Okay. The another one, BrahMos is extremely difficult to be intercepted by the surface to air missiles deployed on the leading warship around the world. BrahMos missile can be extended up to 400 km as a certain technical restrictions were lifted after India became a full member of Missile Technology Control Regime. So that is the statement, guys. You know, earlier the India was not the member of MTCR, Missile Technology Control Regime. This is the reason India cannot access technology from the other country, where the India can send or develop a missile that distance can go more than 290 km. But now India is a member of MTCR, so India can go around 400, not only 400 guys, even 400 km plus. Okay. Successful flight test of Agni-IV. What is here, guys? Recently it was tested, and Agni-IV is a long-range surface ballistic missile. See, Agni-IV was also a question in 2014 prelims. So it's a surface-to-surface ballistic. Ballistic means those will go in parabolic path. Okay, and here the distance of 4,000 km. Okay, the Agni-IV is a nuclear capable. It can carry the nuclear warhead, atom bomb, and its payload capacity, warhead capacity is around 1,000 kg, 1 ton. Highly explosive warhead can carry. The most accuracy of the Agni-IV is because of ring laser gyro-based inertial navigation system and supported by the highly reliable reductant micro navigation system. And so the vehicle reaches to the target within 2-digit accuracy. Okay, so it's some instruments which is equipped here in the Agni-IV. So now the next chapter, that is the superconductivity, laser, artificial intelligence, robots, and technology based current affair issues. But there is one topic, sorry, it's a graphene. Graphene based questions, even as in UPSC 2012. What about the recent news of the graphene? That is, guys, a Nagpur-based Vishwasariya National Institute of Technology researchers had developed a new technique. So that technique, they will develop a graphene through the help of a discarded dry cell battery. So through the help of discarded dry cell battery, they can develop a graphene. See guys, graphene is a wonderful creatures by some scientists, guys, and for that purpose these people got the physics Nobel Prize. Okay, actually graphene is what, suppose this is a graphite. Okay, graphite, a single layer of graphite is actually a graphene. So single layer of graphite is what? It's a multiple layer of graphene, and graphene is what? It's a single layer of graphite. This is a way to simplify this. Even see what is there, guys. From a single graphite rod, okay, the scientists, the researchers have developed 88% of graphene for that, and that can be used for the industrial uses. Okay, so there is a lot of benefit with the graphene, guys. Graphene has a good hope. Even this one reduce the cost of to preserve the environment, even for desalination purposes, removal of salt from the ocean water, even in distillation process you can use the graphene. In electronic services you can use the graphene. Even photovoltaics, to charge the battery, solar energy, we can use the graphene in place of silica. Even graphene you can use the high power based batteries. Okay, that battery of the phone and everything will be more better. Graphene is very soft even and very strength wala, like, and that is the reason graphene made material you can use to develop bulletproof jackets. So lot of benefit of the graphene. Even graphene you can use to preserve the food materials. Okay, it will not destroy. So there are many benefits of the graphene. Those here even scientists had developed from the discarded dry cell batteries. Now you go into the intellectual property rights, related rights based contemporary issues. So which topic is here, guys? Kandhamal, Haldi. Kandhamal is actually a locations, and here the turmeric, those turmeric is there, it got a GI tag. Okay, and this one have a good healing properties. Okay, it's a golden yellow spice. That name came with the name of a district where it is produced. Okay, it's a main cash crop in the tribal people of Kandhamal. Apart from the domestic use, turmeric is also used for the cosmetic and medicinal purposes. Even more than 60,000 families, those are around 50% of Kandhamal populations, totally engaged in this production. And the crop is totally sustainable to the adverse climatic conditions. So this is the about the Kandhamal Haldi. Now we go to the next chapter, that is called astronomy and the particle physics. No contemporary issues. Next one is biotechnology. No contemporary issues. The next one is the different types of diseases and its recent issues, health and family welfare, and the virus immunization program based contemporary issues. So what are here? Listen, guys. The one information you should know, that is the trans fat. Against trans fat, many people said at international level, WHO said, and Indian various institutions advise, please stop the consumption of trans fat. So actually you just start. What about the recent issues? Food Safety and Standards Authority of India has launched a new mass media campaign in order to create the awareness about trans fat and eliminate them in India by 2022. Okay, and what about the campaign? Campaign name is Heart Attack Rewind. Again I repeat, campaign is a Heart Attack Rewind. And see, this Heart Attack Rewind campaign is very similar to Eat Right campaign, those brought earlier in July 2018. But in January month, that is in the news, guys. Okay, and December, January have this news about Heart Attack Rewind. It's a 30-second public service announcement everywhere in 17 languages for a period of 4 weeks. Where you will go on YouTube channel, on the Facebook, on Hotstar, on Wood. It will also be placed on the outdoor hoardings and run on the radio station in Delhi and national capital regions. And it's a kind of awareness program where the people will know about the problem of trans fat, where trans fat available and what type of problems are there. Even if you people like to eat up a kurkure and some lace, so you will get it. It is written there. It is trans fat free. What are the trans fat? It is in the next. You just wait, guys. The campaign will warn the citizen about the health hazards of the consumption of the trans fat and offer the strategies to avoid them through the healthier alternatives. Okay, healthier alternatives are many of them, guys. You can go through the olive oil and the other one. Okay, trans fat trans fats or trans fatty acids are the most harmful type of fats which can have a much more adverse effect on your body. Okay, what type of adverse effect? Everything I will explain there. Largely it is produced through artificial means. Okay, the natural food items have a very less have a trans fats, neither even not. See, artificial trans fatty acids are formed when the hydrogen is made to react with the oil to produce the fat resembling like pure ghee and butter. Okay, see, this is the important one. You should know, guys. Artificial trans fatty acids are partially hydrogenated vegetable oils, vanaspati and margarine, whereas the natural trans fatty acid are present in the meats and dairy products, though in the small amounts. Okay, so it's overall about the trans fats. Okay. The one more statement, guys, even you should know, the edible oil industries took a pledge to reduce the trans fat content by 2% by 2022. It's good. What about the harmful effect? You should know, guys, even the comparison of saturated fat and the trans fatty acid. See, saturated fat is also still not good, but trans fatty acid is totally worst. Okay, even see, this is the statement. It's written here, guys. This is here. Trans fatty acid pose a higher risk of the heart diseases, but okay, then saturated fats. What type of problem with the saturated fat? Saturated fat raise the total cholesterol level. Okay, fine, it's not good. But trans fatty acid not only raise the total cholesterol level that is responsible to heart attack, even also reduce the good cholesterol. So in two sides, the trans fats is dangerous to you. Okay, those 10 rupees pakoda, aloo pakoda, or bread pakoda you eat up, guys, here mostly trans fat is used. Reason it's very cheap, it's a synthetic fat which is not allowed. Okay, which is not allowed. Okay, not allowed means it's not good for your health. Okay, even it is also associated with a higher risk of developing obesity. A part of heart diseases, trans fat is responsible for obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, infertility, certain types of cancers, and can also lead to compromise the fetal development, causing harm to born a baby. Okay, so the baby those will born will also be an effect. Okay, permissible limit, here you will get the WHO, FSSI have always, everybody is even against the this trans fat acid. Total elimination of trans fat acid in the global food supply by 2023. WHO recommendations. Great. Food Safety and Standard Authority of India said propose the limit of trans fatty acid in the foods to 2% and eliminate the trans fat from foods by 2022. Great. And see the wonderful initiative those Kerala government have taken. What? Kerala is planning to launch an initiative to enforce the dietary guidelines for the people to save their own life, involving the reduction of trans fatty acid, salt, sugar in the commercially available foods in the state. It's good awareness program from Kerala government, first time. So finally, you know, the technical support from the World Bank, WHO and FSSI is specially launched against unhealthy diet. And finally, different metabolic syndromes, premature deaths, the non-communicable diseases among Keralis, those Kerala people have this type of initiative work in Kerala. Health Ministry notifies 4 more devices under Drugs and Cosmetic Act. So Health Ministry notifies 4 more devices under Drugs and Cosmetic Acts. What are these devices? You should know, guys, that you know the many of instruments those people are using in your houses, guys, for personal uses to detect many information inside your biological activities. But see, that should also be certified. Okay, so commonly used medical devices such as nebulizers, blood pressure monitoring, digital thermometers and glucometers has been notified as a drugs under the Drug and Cosmetic Act. Okay, it's a step which will enable the government to ensure the quality and performance of these nebulizers, blood pressure monitoring, digital thermometer and glucometer, because this wrong informations will also be worst for the human being. So your treatment and everything will be wrong here. Okay, the Drug Controller General of India would regulate the import, manufacture and sale of these devices from 1st January 2020. You know, total 23 devices are actually under this checking procedure are overall the rule and regulation under this act. 4 more added, so total 27 devices right now. Okay, those even check the quality, even check always. All these devices will be registered under the quality parameters prescribed under Medical Device Rule 2017 and other standards set by Bureau of Indian Standard Certification. Okay, and here they will provide a proper permission or licensing. Okay, fine. Currently total 23 medical devices, and now have a total 4 more, so total 27 medical devices now fall under the definition of drugs, okay, under the act. Okay, drug technical advisory body is the country's highest drug advisory body, had approved the proposal to include the nebulizers, blood pressure monitoring devices and digital thermometer glucometer under the purview of a drug law. What is the DTAB? Drug Technical Advisory Body. Actually, Drug Technical Advisory Body is the highest decision making body under Union Health Ministry on technical matters. Okay, and Director General of Health Services is the ex officio chairman, who is the statutory body, which is constituted by the ministry under section 5 of the Drug and Cosmetic Act. Now we'll go into the last chapter, that is a miscellaneous topic. Here we go first with the Train 18. Train 18 was in the news, guys, the fastest train right now those run in India. What is this? The India's first engine-less train breached the 180 km/h speed. It tested, guys, from Kota Savai Madhopur section in this area and became the country's fastest train. The speed you see it 180 km/h. What about the Train 18, guys? It's a first prototype, has been built by the Integral Coach Factory Chennai within a 20 month. Okay, the fastest made train in India, and it's totally 100% Make in India project, not any other country contributed. And T18, even it's a self-propelled engine, less self-propelled engine-less train. So here it is very similar to metro type of train, and even it is much more energy efficient, as coaches will be fitted by the LED lights. So power consumption is still very less. And here the GPS based passenger info system also equipped, bio toilet also there. Even bio toilet was the question in 2015 prelims. Okay. After the Train 18, we go into the discussion of oxytocin that was still in the news, guys. 2 months back I also discussed about the oxytocin totally banned in India. Even Delhi High Court set aside of the government decision to ban private firms from producing and selling oxytocin, that even a drug inducing the labor construction and controlling of bleeding in the females during pregnancy. Okay, the government decision was even arbitrary and unreasonable, as High Court said. There was no scientific basis behind the center decision restricting the private companies from making or supplying the drugs. Which drugs? Oxytocin. Even it helps the new mother's lactate to prevent its alleged misuse, the dietary even sector for increasing the milk production. So definitely, guys, which helps the new mother's lactate and to prevent its alleged misuse. Definitely even in the dairy industries, the people give the injection of oxytocin, those induces the milk secretion in the cattle's body. So this type of thing should be it is a misuse. Neither this oxytocin, somehow it is also good as a medicines. The drugs is a misuse in the dairy industry and even the livestock, as I told you, to release the milk. And the oxytocin is even also misused here. This is the reason why it should be banned. It increases the size of vegetables such as pumpkin, watermelon, eggplants, gourds, cucumbers. So these sizes even also increase. Okay. So 1 kilo watermelon in the night, you give an injection, become 3 kilogram in the morning. See, the alternatives of oxytocin is carbitocin. You remember carbitocin? The World Health Organization recommended why not you people use the carbitocin. It come up with a safe and effective alternative to a controversial drug oxytocin. While oxytocin must be stored and transported at 2 to 8 degrees Celsius, okay, and becomes the less effective when exposed to the heat. It means it can destroy. Yeah, it can denature. Okay, the oxytocin preservation is very important at the proper temperature, at the proper heat. But carbitocin is good. Here have a no issue, not require the refrigeration. Even its efficacy is safe. Even the next 3 years, it is stored at the normal 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, even 75% relative humidity is there. Still, the carbitocin will not denature. So in that way, the carbitocin is much more better than the oxytocin. So it's overall about the current affair issues, guys, of this month. So now we'll stop. Take care yourself, and we'll meet the next month current affairs issues in the next video. Bye. Hello everyone.